That's a really interesting question. I would describe GFirst LEP as a partnership between the local authority and businesses for the people that live and breathe in the county.
The Local Enterprise Partnership drives economic growth for Gloucestershire and indeed the UK.
The different departments and the different spokes within the LEP look at all of the elements of Gloucestershire.
So we work with the private sector, the public sector and the voluntary and community sector to do everything we can to make Gloucestershire's economy the most vibrant it possibly can be.
Every economic area in England has got a LEP that's responsible for it.
There's only 38 of us across England and they all have their own USPs too.
We're a bit different, we're a bit special because our responsibilities go beyond the economic. I think we really recognise that for Gloucestershire to work and to be successful, it's the whole picture, it's a holistic thing.
The idea really is to actually have the voice of business recognised locally.
Then I think it's breaking down what economic growth looks like. Naturally, a lot of people think, well, it's just money, it's big business. Actually, the depths of it is very much it's infrastructure, it's what's here, it's what's available to the people within Gloucestershire.
So our funding comes from a mix. So we're coming towards the end of a £500 million investment package for Gloucestershire. About £150 million comes from the UK government and from the European Union. The rest comes from a mixture of the private sector and the public sector investing in the programmes and the schemes that we put forward.
Funding bids from central government come through us, so we'll help local companies with bids that then go through to Westminster and then come back through us to project manage. So you'll see GFirst LEP on a lot of roundabouts. We're working on the Gloucester train station as well at the moment. So there are lots of projects that have got our name on it because we project manage it and we're the kind of conduit for that funding.
We know that business people in Gloucestershire are really passionate about the county and that they want to see investment here and they want to see things work here, not just for them but for their families and for young people in Gloucestershire.
Things like the local industrial strategy that the LEP has worked on over the last couple of years. Skills and skills development are really key to achieving those goals. And what we really need to do is to make sure that we are giving young people those opportunities and those skills.
We're lucky to be part of the education team, working with schools and colleges and those establishments that support that educational learning.
Skill development, job development, what's there available for the next generation people to come into, to move into, and what those key sectors that we really specialise in as well, and how do people know about those, and how do they get access to those.
My work with GFirst LEP started when I started to look at our careers provision, and I reached out to the LEP, having done a compass evaluation to start with, for some support, and the work that I do and the discussions that I've had with Rob in particular has actually taken it a step further than I ever thought it would, and I think that's what's appealed to me the most, because actually that strategic work, which wasn't what I was looking for in the first place, has had a huge impact on the work that we do.
Before 2 years ago, I can honestly say that I hadn't really heard of GFirst LEP or what LEPs were. So having those introductions and seeing what they can offer to public sector as well as private sector and voluntary groups was very exciting for me at the time, and it's just evolved from there.
As Chief Executive of the Local Enterprise Partnership, obviously we take overall responsibility for the Careers Hub and for it being successful for Gloucestershire.
It's also about how we put that message through our skills and up therefore through the Careers Hub to ensure that we are creating jobs for the future. And that's absolutely critical, but it has to be really in tandem with what our vision and mission is for Gloucestershire.
So I am absolutely committed to making sure that our education and skills team have the resources that they need to make the Careers Hub successful, and have the support from our board, from our business groups, from businesses right across Gloucestershire, and of course from schools and young people to make the Careers Hub successful.
Literally, the sky's the limit on what we can do.
It's about making Gloucestershire better.